Welcome to Daily Life Connection. Thanks for joining me again today. We're going to continue to explore the names of God and how that reveals His heart and His character. Today we're going to review a very familiar one, at least in the English translation of it, and that is Jehovah Raah, which is God is our shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd, Psalm 23. And that's why I say it's really famous and well known. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Throughout Scripture in the Old Testament, often God is spoken of as a shepherd, shepherding His people, shepherding His sheep, shepherd of His flock, shepherd of Israel. My shepherd, David says. One of the aspects I want to look at, and we've all, I'm sure, heard many analogies of how the idea of the shepherd relates to our walk with God. I just want to focus on one particular one today. And that one that I want to focus on is simply that because we have a shepherd, we are not on our own. The Lord is my shepherd. He's with me. He's with me in the dark places. He's with me always. And Jesus said it, of course, He said, I am the good shepherd of the sheep. And really interesting in John chapter 14, when Jesus is talking to His disciples about the coming time of hardship and the coming time when it seems that they're going to be going through persecution and harassment. And He said, I will not leave you as orphans. I will not leave you as orphans. And then, of course, in Matthew 28, He said, I am with you always to the end of the world. The shepherd is a shepherd who is committed, fully committed to his sheep, to be with them. The shepherds in Jesus' time, and we hear it in the Christmas story, they were out in the fields tending their flocks by night. They spent 24/7 with the sheep. They were with them from sunrise to sunset to sunrise again. Shepherds did not leave their sheep alone. Sheep were vulnerable to attack. They were vulnerable to being stolen by unscrupulous shepherds. And sheep could just not be left alone. They had to have someone tending them and caring for them, like we said, 24/7. And Jesus said, I am that shepherd. I am representing, if you see me, you've seen the Father. So we're back again to God was called Jehovah Raah. The Lord is my shepherd. The Lord is a shepherd. And Jesus said, I'm showing you what that looks like. I am with you constantly. And I will never leave you alone. I will never abandon you. You don't have to worry about that. I think today, really, the message of this little talk is simply, God will not abandon us no matter what. He will not abandon us. This is encouraging to my heart. He will not abandon us when the circumstances get tough, and He will not abandon us when we run off and get lost. You remember Jesus said if there's 99 sheep and they're safe, the shepherd's going to go out and go after that one that wandered off. The shepherd will not abandon us. He will not abandon us. No, even when it's our own fault that we're in trouble. Even that when we have strayed away, this is so encouraging to our hearts. We may know people or have family or friends who have strayed away. They've kind of walked away from God in some ways, it seems. He has not abandoned them. He will not abandon them. They are close to His heart, and He is pursuing them. He's seeking them. He's with them. And then the other side of that is, God, as Jesus said in John chapter 14, I'll not leave you as orphans. He's saying, I will, when the times get tough, I don't bail out on it. I am a shepherd, and I am a shepherd who is committed to his sheep. I want to just emphasize that today. God is committed to you. He is committed to you, like a shepherd who is tending the sheep, and they're his sheep. They're his sheep. And so therefore he will never, never let you go. He will never let go of you. He will never let you just go off all by yourself. You know, we might even come to a point in our lives where we say, I don't really want to have anything to do with God. And I'm going to tell this, but he will pursue you anyway. He will pursue you anyway. He'll go to any lengths. He'll go down any road. He'll do whatever he has to do. He will not abandon you, even if you abandon him. That's encouraging news for those who of us who have friends or family or whatever who, like we say, have wandered away from their faith in God. He is not abandoning them. He's not, you see, I mean, as human beings, when someone betrays us or someone decides to reject us, we just sometimes will say, but good enough, let him go. God never says that. As shepherd, as Jehovah Raah, he never says, let him go. No. He says, I'm going after them. And how long will he go after them? In that wonderful parable in Luke chapter 15, he said, I will seek, the shepherd seeks that sheep until he brings them home. He will never stop pursuing us. He will never abandon us. He is with us always. No matter what our circumstances are, no matter what our choices are, no matter what our heart or mindset are, he is still shepherding us. He is shepherding us. That's really good news today. Jehovah Raah, God our shepherd. Let's think about that. Let's rejoice in it. And we'll talk again tomorrow.